everyone, and welcome to today's Hooray, It's Live with Courtney, coming to you from the beautiful sunny at the moment, Central Coast, New South Wales in Australia. I'm Courtney Houston. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here, have been for over 13 years, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some new fabulous news. All right, so what have we got happening in Stampin' Up? Well, we've just come home from our on-stage presentation. It's like a conference. We call it on stage because they're on stage and showing us everything that's new and exciting. And we all come home with our cups full and our creative juices flowing, and are just so excited. There is so many good things. You will have seen some posts on my Facebook page. If you follow my Facebook page or my Instagram, you would have seen some fun things on there. You would have seen some photos of new releases. You would have seen some exciting little videos of me getting all touchy and feely with a few things and whatnot. So it was fabulous. I went with three of my team members and my auntie and my extended team, which is from my team leader Linda's group. And it was just so good. So what did we learn that's new? Well, we've learned a few big things. There is not going to be a massive annual catalogue anymore. We're going to have 3 minis. So they run a lifespan of about 3 to 4 months, and they're bringing new stuff out every 3 to 4 months. But as you may have noticed, if you're looking at the online store, you would have noticed there's new stuff coming out every second month. What's the perk of being a demonstrator is you get to see it the month before, you get to shop it the month before. You also get to go to these events. Now, on my table, what I have to show you is a couple of good things. One of them is, the new Stampin' Up catalogue. Now, I can show you this catalogue has got 87 pages in it, okay? It's beautiful front, fabulous back, and that's all I can show you. However, if you've got a copy of this, you can flick through it to your heart's content. All right, so let me know, either private message me. If you've got my phone number, you can send me a text message. I am creating a list of who would like a copy of this when it gets released. It commences on the 5th of May, if I'm correct. Yep, down here, 5th of May. It goes from the 5th of May to the 31st of August. All of our, look, you might see something new there. This one's current, that one's current. Everything else on the page is current. They're new, but look what that is. Oh, I'm very excited. Lots of exciting new stuff. Anyway, so if you would like one of these beautiful paper books in your mailbox, let me know and I will. Hi Cheryl, how you going? And I will get one to you as soon as I can get a bunch of them. At the moment, I've got my copy and Tony's copy. That's the beauty about 2 people going to onstage. We get 2 copies of everything. Now, at onstage, one of the fun things that we do is swaps. I'll take this out of the plastic bag so that you can see it. This was one of Tony's and my stops. I didn't do swaps this time because I've been so busy flat out trying to do so many other things, and swaps was just one of those things. Now, it is a great fun part of doing onstage. I have about 50, if not 60 swaps over at the background behind me that I still have to get through and have a look at to see what sort of inspiration I can get out of them. But this is Tony's one, and I think he did a really good job. It was in the end a joint venture, but I tell you what, next week I will show you how we make this and we'll turn it into a card. We might even add a bit of bling because I just think it makes a really great guy card. What do you reckon? All right. So come back next week and we'll do that, but we'll do it in a different color. Okay. Now, under this little box is hiding a treasure. You might have a bit of a thing. I am super duper excited about this. Oh, and a duck. We came home 3 days away and we came home to all of these ducks. They're all different colors, but they're all numbered. Who else's kids do that stuff like that to them while they're away? So we've got all these numbered ducks around. So I've been finding ducks everywhere, and I just went to turn the video on and there was another one sitting on the camera. Now, I did grab, and I've left it on the other bench, and I want to show you some things that come with this. I'll be one sec. Just run around the room really fast. Grab my water. And I'm back again. Paper Pumpkin is coming to Australia. Now, if you're not sure what Paper Pumpkin is a kit in a box, but it's a subscription, okay? You can subscribe for 1 month, 3 months, 12 months. Choice is yours, okay? Anywhere between, starting in Australia on the 1st of April, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Anyone that subscribes between the 1st of April and the 10th of April is going to get this kit. Why do I have it? Because we were all given it on stage, because they give us fabulous stuff at on stage and they give us new stuff and it's very exciting. Okay, so I have two because Tony got one. So I'm going to show you the Paper Pumpkin kit, which if you subscribe between the 1st of April, it's no April Fool's joke, and the 10th of April, this will arrive in your mailbox sometime after the 11th, okay? All right, so the other thing that comes with your first Paper Pumpkin purchase is a welcome kit that includes a block. Now, it's not our regular block. It is just a thin block. It's probably, 6 mil thick. You'd think I'd know my size of my acrylic, which is a little bit thinner than our regular blocks, and it doesn't have that ergonomic feel, but it is the same size approximately as one of our D blocks, okay? Keep this block, you only get it once. You don't get one in every kit, you just get it the first time. What's included in every kit? So it comes all very nice. It comes in a pretty box each time. And at Christmas, I believe they even changed the boxes up a little bit and they're a bit more decorative. But it's all wrapped in tissue. And we've got an exclusive stamp spot, which happens to be one of our new colors, and it's Courtney. So guess what? It's green. It's one of my favorite. All right, an exclusive stamp set, which you'll be able to use anytime and for other projects at a later date. I'm just going to take this out of this blue paper and put that over there. Oh, stretchy. Okay. There's got to be an easy way for me to show you these stamps. Oh, that's better. So we've got thanks, older, wiser, better, you're a lifesaver, you're an inspiration, happy birthday, happy Father's Day, dad, son, some birds, looks like rope and a reed, okay? And then we get a pack. Now in this pack has all the goodies to make the card. Do I have a pair of scissors around? Yep. Oh, excuse me, wobbling. You also get your adhesive, so you can take this anywhere you go. It is a kit. I do like our kits, and we have a fabulous kit offering, but I do like that this one's a subscription, so you don't have to remember to do anything about it. It just arrives and then you can just create it. There is a new, one of the Australian demonstrators, Alyssa Tilson, has set up an Australian Paper Pumpkin page. So there is a Paper Pumpkin page from one of the Aussies. All right. I will be hosting, depending on how many people I get with Paper Pumpkin, I will potentially put on a Let's Craft together and do some of our kits. Okay, so what's it got in the box? Side of these two good things, the stamp set and the ink spot. My blockers come separately. It comes with instructions. So this one's going to make 9 different cards, 9 cards, 3 of each one. All right, so, and they're actually really quite nice. There's a thanks, Dad, happy birthday, and a happy Father's Day. There's all the instructions, and just because it says to make them this way doesn't mean that you need to. So let's make one of each. What do you reckon? Okay. Let's see how fast. Look at these. Aren't they just the cutest little rocks? And there's some dimensionals in there. There's some tear and tape. Our backgrounds for card number 2. Envelopes, which are already decorated, so we don't have to do any decorating on the envelopes. It's already done. Our card bases. So these ones in particular, and they're all different. And sometimes there might be treat boxes. I know I have seen on the American site that they've in the past, they've had some treat boxes that they used like for at Halloween time. So there's our 3 different card bases. Now, if you're a bit savvy, that's one card base. That can then become 6 card fronts, depending on what you want to do, if you wanted to add some extra things to it. So there's lots of scope for more, okay? So I'm just going to take one of those out because I only need one. Then we've got this guy, another card base. Again, you could actually cut that up and make that two. And we've got this one here. All right. So what I might do is I might save those other ones. We'll make one project of each one together today. And then we can do, I guess I can see what I can do with them to change them up. All right, with some of my other supplies, because we've all got other supplies. If you don't have other supplies, it doesn't matter. You've got everything that you need in the kit. Okay. So each one of these is going to be a sentiment. These all are laser cut. They just push out. They're not stickers. The same with these guys. Well, they're pretty. It looks like there's three sheets. So we're only going to need one of each of those. And there's three of that. So we're only going to need one of each of those. I'm going to put these guys back in all this spare stuff back in the box. All right. Nice little storage too. Oh, and you know what? I love the box. The box is great for posting stuff. It fits in a small satchel and it's nice and sturdy, and it's really good for protecting stuff if you wanted to ship it and make Australia Post not hurt it. Okay, so you will need to get a bone folder. All right, so if you haven't already got a bone folder, my suggestion is that you get one. Otherwise, if you don't have a bone folder, the edge of your block, it is quite sharp, so don't press too hard, but you can run it along the edge of it. If you've got our regular one, it's not as hard. This one's a bit more sharp, all right? So just saying. So we'll fold all these babies in half. And it's great if you, like, we're going to the club for dinner tonight and we're sitting there for the badge draw. So if we're going to sit there and wait for the badge draw, and I don't want to put any money in the poker machines because I've got a savings plan happening now. If I don't want to put any money in and don't want to play the poker machines, and I'm just sitting there with my friends and they're happy for me to do it, I can craft at the same time as being there, or I can craft with them. So there's lots of ways that you can craft. So let's do this guy first. We'll do them in order on the pictures. So we'll go in order of the pictures. This one here, I know I can see what I'm going to need. I'm going to need one of these because that's really cute. I'm going to need this whopping great big circle. Okay, on the back it tells you, well, there's the stamp set. That's easier to see, isn't it? Don't mind me. But it will tell you what colours it coordinates with. So it tells you what comes in the kit, and they only come in English, okay, which is probably not too big of a problem in Australia. You can subscribe under any Australian demonstrator. If you are a demonstrator, you can subscribe under yourself, okay? You can get as many kits as you like, and there are extra things that you can get with when the first month of the quarter. So April is the first month of the quarter. There are extra things that you can shop in your paper pumpkin area. For example, coordinating dies. Okay, just saying. Watch this space. All right, so this particular one has Azure Afternoon, which is fabulous blue, balmy blue, Cajun Craze, crisp cantaloupe, grey granite, misty moonlight, old olive, peaceful pine, pecan pie, pool party, soft sea foam, and berry vanilla. It also coordinates with a brand new suite in the catalogue, which can't show you, but that's okay because you'll love it when you see it too. All right, so just saying. This one here goes with card number 3. I'll just slip it in there with card number 3. Okay, card number 1 has this nice, pretty big picture. It also has the 2 oars, which are just going to come. They just pop out. They're really cool. And they're just, I don't know, they just makes it so easy. Now, if you wanted to tiz some of these up, you could put some of our, what's it called, fine tip glue over the top, make it nice and shiny. Come on, Atch, come. I just have to be a bit persuasive with that one. And I think that's all, because that's, yep, for that lot. Now, what I find with any of our kits, I'll just put these together in a pile up here. is I find the easiest way to stamp our sentiments is to stamp them straight on while everything is together. Okay, you will notice that there is 4 of each because it gives you a spare in case you stuff one up, or if you want to make something else. Okay, so I am going to use, I find this block a bit fingery. I do prefer our regular blocks, but I will use the one I just called fingery. That's really classy, isn't it? The only other thing that you might want to add is a cleaner. So I'm just going to put it to the side because, yes, I think we all need a stamping cleaner. All right, so thanks, Dad. Well, I don't have a son, so I won't be able to write thanks, son, on any of them. And I can't thank my dad. I'm just going to turn this into a happy Father's Day, happy birthday card. I could turn it into a Father's Day card because I will be selling Father's Day cards at a later date, and I think that it makes a very nice Father's Day card. So let's do that. Let's turn this one into the first one we're going to make it a Father's Day card, and I can put them in my stash to vlog. That sounds dreadful. It says, "You're a lifesaver. Happy Father's Day." So happy Father's Day there. You're a lifesaver is somewhere. You're a lifesaver is the one in the middle. Now, why am I putting it onto the glass mat first? The reason being is these are photopolymer stamps. You can bend them. Okay, you can make them a bit crooked. But if you just drop it onto the glass mat, it won't, it'll automatically go flat. So it won't be crooked when it goes onto your block. And if you want to, you'll actually be able to see it on here. Now, according to the instructions for this particular one are coming in down here as card number 3. That's really quite, yep. So they're telling us to stamp over on one side, and that is because we're going to add some decorations to the other one. Okay, so we're going to do that with our brand new color. Now there is like a little perforation along here, and I regularly, it's also, you're going to get a different, if you subscribe for 12 months, you're going to get a different Stampin' Spot every month. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It is a really good way to get, oh, it's juicy. Okay, let's see how juicy. I might need a scrap. Here's one I prepared earlier. Yeah, it's very juicy. Woohoo! Okay. All right, let's not. Okay. This pad here, this stamp pad is like super duper juicy. So we'll see how we go. You're a lifesaver. Hold your tongue right. Because it's super juicy, I'm not pushing it down too hard. Not bad. All right. Might let that stamp pad dry a bit. Must have been held upside down in there. All right. On you go, Barcode. Okay. Now, when I look at, it tells me what I need, and I'm going to need one of these particular ones here. So you can see there's 2 different sizes. Okay. So we've got 2 different sizes, and let's see on this. These are both the same size. Okay. All right, there's more around the brown pecan pie one. So the blue, this one that we're doing at the moment is going to be the bigger of the 2. So we'll just cover that in some ink. And it's going in the middle. Happy Father's Day. Take this guy off. If you've got a big block, you can put it in front of you, and then you're not constantly pulling and poking at them. This is like looks like a rope. So I'm just going to put it on there, because what they've done with that is they've put rope at the top, and I'm making it as per the instructions, and rope at the bottom. Okay. Following that. And so, oh, and there's a little, and there will be a little bit of green leaves stamping. So this really, I love these reedy ones. They often look like, you can do them with black and they look like a silhouette. All righty. Just punch this guy out. It's just so much easier to stamp them when they're on that big piece. The same with this one. And I do love that we get a spare. Don't know if we get a spare every time. The other thing that you can do is you can buy refill kits. Now, and it's all a matter of while stocks last. In Australia, we haven't had paper pumpkin before, so we can't buy any of the previous kits. But once we've had a few up our sleeves, you'll also be able to go back and go, oh, actually, I missed that kit. I'd like one of that. All right. And again, as if supplies, depending on what the supplies are like. All right. So just be aware of that. And then it's just a matter of building up our card. Okay. So the instructions do tell us which bits that we want to put tape on, which bits we want to put dimensionals on. Should have brought over my take your pick tool, but I didn't. That's okay. Don't need all the extra bits. I love them, but you don't need them. Okay. So this piece here is going to have little dimensionals under it. You officially don't even need a pair of scissors. Now, these are mini dimensionals, and they're teeny tiny. So here's a whole heap. If you wanted to, you could come back and you could go, oh, that was supposed to be underneath the other bit. That's fine. This was supposed to have tape under it, according to the instructions, but guess what? Mine doesn't. So, whoops. This is where I might take your pick tool, will be very handy, because I'm going to end up with all these little guys everywhere. Found some in the seat of the car the other day. They just show up absolutely everywhere. Okay, let me just pull this closer to me so that I can hold my tongue right and get it in the right spot. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to have dimensionals underneath our... Right, so this guy's going to have tape. I do love how it tells you all this. And you know what? There's not one of those funny little glue dots in sight. How good is that? A little piece of tape. So this guy is going to have a piece of tape across the middle of him here. And then it's telling me I need some tape across the middle of this. And underneath here, we need some tape. And if you're a glue fan and you don't want to use the tape, you want to set the tape for something else, that's fine. Go ahead, add a glue, add a green glue to it. Choice is yours. Then it also tells me that I need tape. So I've done that. I need tape. Oh, that's too hard. It wants tape at the end of each oar. Okay. So hold your tongue right. Stick a bit of tape under there and a bit of tape on there. Okay, and then it tells me where to put my dimensionals. So dimensionals, I need dimensionals underneath here. Dimensionals underneath the oars, at the bottom of the oars. And it recommends 2, so I will be using 2. One here, one here, and then with the little life jacket, it's telling me, it actually tells me to only put dimensionals down in this corner. And that's one of the things that I love about instructions like this. So it's like coming to a, and for me, this is like going to a card class for me. Okay, I can stamp and just do stuff without actually having to design, and it's so much faster. All right, so just these guys. All righty, these guys, we need one that comes down here. Oh, it is so wet. Now, if you've got a really wet ink pad, there's a couple of things that you can do. It is so very wet. Is you can just go, yep, that's cool, it's wet. They're fabric ink pads or felt. So they hold the ink better, but they're super juicy, okay? This guy's going to get stuck on here. So we're going to stick a few things down first. I'm going to put my Happy Father's Day onto its little sign. Probably could have stuck that on there before I stuck the dimensionals on. Might have made it a bit easier. Yep, note to self. Stick the sign together first. Okay, let's stick this flat. This was supposed to have dimensionals under it, but because I put them under the other part, I'm just going to stick this on flat. Okay, and one more. Let's close that up. I'm looking around my desk at the moment looking for a spoon. The reason being is that I can massage that. Even though it's only a little ink pad, I can still massage it so that it's not as wet for the next card. Just holding my tongue in the right spot, so I want my house to be straight. Okay, so now I'm going to put on this guy, my sentiment. You're a lifesaver. Thanks, Dad. And you're going to go like so. Like so. Make sure you're nice and straight. This one here, it's got little tabs. There to go under. Got dimensional back. So it looks like it's hanging off this. I want to be able to see some of that there. Okay. And then we're going to build up our oars. Take him off there, take the little dimensional backs off. And you see how quickly it comes together? All right, that's that one. We've got dimensional backs floating everywhere. So what other great things did I learn on stage? Well, I learned the paper pumpkins coming, and I'm very excited about that, I will admit. Let's just go here like so. I learned that the next on stage is not until, the next on stage in person is not until 2028. It is the 40th birthday of Stamping Up at that time. Let's tilt that on the side. Okay, there we go. Now, because we can, that is my first card. Now, I like to decorate the insides. I'm going to grab a spoon. I don't seem to have one close by because I want to massage that down a little bit. Oh, okay. Here's one I prepared earlier. There's no pebbles on this one. If we end up with some pebbles left over, I will put some on, but there's no pebbles on that card. Okay, I'll just put that up to the top there. I'm going to massage this ink pad before I do the next card, which happens to be this one here, this middle one. You can see how quickly they come together. So you could grab a, like if you had a friend that wanted to try card making, you could grab a friend and make a card with them. And there's 3 in the pack, so you can make 2 each. I like you can end up with a whole heap of cards each if you decided to go halves. Okay, so this piece here, they put that on dimensionals, and you know what? I'm going to stick other stuff on dimensionals. I'm not going to put this bit on dimensionals. It's too big a space, and that's just the way I like to do things. So I'm going to stick it down though. I'm going to stick it straight down with some tape. Okay, and I will stick the smaller pieces up rather than these bigger pieces. Now, one thing I will do and I do this on my scrapbook pages as well. All right, how do I line things up straight? Well, I put pieces of tape all the way around, as you can see, and this one went over a bit, so I'm going to start with that one. So I'm just going to shove that back over there. Now, you get one go when you're putting this down. So the way I do it is I fold my little corners out like so. All right. And then lining up my piece of paper, I don't push down too hard where there's tape. Okay, I wiggle it until I'm happy, and then I push down where there's tape. All right, so now it's stuck down, and I just pull these guys out, and now it's stuck on straight. Okay, I do that with my scrapbook pages as well, and it just means that it ends up on there straight and is much easier. Okay, so what do we need for this one? We're going to need another long piece. Do we need any of those pieces? Yes, we need one of the little green ones. We need this little curved one. We don't need that brown, but we need this great big thing. And this one here. The bike. The bike is so cute. It's like an old-fashioned. It's even got a basket and everything in the bike. Okay, so we've got all our bits there aside of our ones that we want to stamp. So this one I am going to stamp with happy birthday, but first of all, we're going to massage that. Do we have any reeds on this one? Yes, we're stamping some extra reeds. We'll do the extra reeds first. And we're stamping some birdies, okay? So we've got some seagulls and some reeds. So what I'm going to do here to show you, you saw how juicy it was before. I'm just going to, oh my gosh, is it ever? Look at that. And to me, that is a good value ink pad. Shivers, it is so wet, it's not funny. It is like super duper wet. I don't think I can even squish this down. All right, so we'll just stamp that. Now, on the designer series paper, you do have to wait a little bit longer for it to dry than you do on your normal basic white. Just keep that in mind so that you don't smudge it. We need some birdies. I'm so impressed with how wet that ink pad is. Often the stamp spots aren't as wet, or they never used to be, so they've obviously done something to fix that problem. Birdies. Okay. But yeah, so I used to worry when I'd buy a kit or anything like that and think, oh, is this the ink spot going to be wet enough for my liking? And this one, let me tell you, is super duper juicy. And we need happy birthday. These little ones are really quite handy. The ink spots. They just they're great for if you're using the stamp positioner and you want to just keep re-inking something and not putting it absolutely everywhere. So they work out really good in that respect. I think, oh no, we need one more. Happy birthday. And this one here says, older, wiser, better. Oh, that's hilarious. So let's make it older, wiser, better. So far I've used the majority of the stamp. I'm not going to use the thanks, the dad or the son. I'm not doing too bad, am I? Oh, see how that's crooked? Because I just shoved it on there. We don't want that. We don't want it crooked. And it's going in the, oh, it doesn't have any ink on it. It's going in the middle. I've been so busy trying to get all my stuff done to enter the Easter show. I've almost finished. Oh, hi, Donna. Dimity, lol, everybody's here. How exciting. I've been so busy getting everything ready for the Easter show that I've just been like mad lady. So I've got, I'm not doing bad here. I've used a lot of the stamps out of the set. So I'll just pluck this one here out. I've entered two cards and a double scrapbook page. The double scrapbook page is on, you had to just say what it was about. So I did. I just put down that it was a New Orleans page. Oh, I see what's happening there. And that, because when we were in New Orleans a few years back, we went to Mardi Gras World. Now, it was fun. Mardi Gras World is the place where they actually make the Mardi Gras floats. And I'm going to be brave in this one. Mardi Gras, so you went there and you could see how they made all the floats. You could see some previous floats. It was just, it just looked like an old aeroplane. Hi, Anita, how you going? It looked like an old aeroplane hangar. And it was just fantastic. So making sure that we're straight and even, holding our tongue right. So yeah, so I thought I'd do a double scrapbook page on that because there's lots of colour in it. It's lots of fun, and there's too many stripes here. I'm going to be funny in the eyes. And so yeah, so that's what I decided to do. Well, it's turning out bigger than Ben-Hur. I worked out that I wanted to call it Behind the Beads because Mardi Gras is all about, like, when you get walking around, you get tossed beaded necklaces. So I've called it that. I've got a massive photo of Tony and the genie from Aladdin because he's rather cute. That's going to go on dimensionals. And this is just telling me all the instructions. So I think it's on the picture, there's about 10 dimensionals on this bike. Don't know how they didn't put one up on the handlebar. That's good because I won't be either because the handlebars are too little. So yeah, so I've been doing that. I found some feathers that I still had from when we were over there. And I'm using a whole heap of our multicolored gems. I've got a whole heap of retired ones that are white that I'll colour in with our Stampin' blends because you all know that we can do that. And yeah, I've got to hand it in on Saturday. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Donna was with us in New Orleans. It was a good spot. So much history, so much history. And just such an amazing place to visit. And it's funny because without Stampin' Up, I probably would never have gone there. So there's been so many, I've met so many fabulous people. Yeah, coloured bead necklaces. At the New Orleans, when we were in New Orleans as part of our backstage, they actually organised for us to be a Mardi Gras parade. So we got to be a parade, and we got to throw beads at everybody essentially, which was oodles of fun, throwing necklaces. But the thing was, you know, we had a marching band, we had a like a marching band at the front, big brass band at the back. So we were like, everyone's going, who are these people? Wow, why have they got a parade? We had jugglers, we had guys on unicycles, we had girls dressed in fancy clothes and with lights on them, and all these amazing things happening. And you just felt amazing. We all had our masks on. Yeah, they were great. I've only got green coloured bead necklaces left. I got rid of all the purple ones. I don't know where they ended up, but the purple ones are no longer here. Older, wiser, better. But yeah, the green ones are in the bottom of my Lego sunflower vase. So yeah, it's some great memories, and I wouldn't have them if it wasn't for Stampin' Up. You know, we talk about making cards, we talk about doing scrapbooks, we talk about memory keeping, but one of the things that I've found as a demonstrator, I have met some of the most amazing people. The community is just lovely. Now, this one has some rocks. I love these rocks. There's two different types of rocks. There's fat rock and skinny rock, okay? And this one says to use a fat rock and two skinny rocks. So a fat rock and a skinny rock and another skinny rock. They are so nice, those rocks. And there we have card number 2. And we're at 42 minutes in. Oh my gosh, I really need to pull my finger out. Card number 3 is this beauty. It uses this because that's the only piece left in there. It uses one of these. It uses a fish window on the window. It's like a sign. This one here, oh, card number 3 is just there. Yeah, it's right, Donna, isn't it? You just never realise how many, what Stampin' Up has done for us. One of the things that drives home, and on stage is a big thing because you get to see people that you don't get to see each year until on stage. It just makes you realise the family that you've got with on stage. I'm going to put this down flat. It tells me to stick it up. Yes, this is the Paper Pumpkin Kit Dimity. It is really nice. Okay, I'm putting this down flat. I am sort of following the instructions, but I'm sort of not also. Okay. I don't usually do a kit on my lives. However, this one we have been waiting for Paper Pumpkin for so long. We've had a spattering of Paper Pumpkin along the way, and yes, I'm very grateful for what they could provide us, but now we've all got Paper Pumpkin, and this has been a long, long time coming, and I will admit lots and lots of nagging. And you get one go, and it's crooked. Let's see if I can wiggle it. Yeah. And in doing that, I've made it a little bit too longer at the top. So pull out my scissors, and I'm just trimming that off to make it so that it's flat. All right, you get one go. I shouldn't talk while I do those bits. Okay, so this is another one that has Happy Father's Day on it, and I might do this one as another. You are an inspiration. All right, so that will use You Are an Inspiration. I will do that. And put it there. Put it on, whoops, it's upside down. Put it on my Paper Pumpkin block. You Are an Inspiration is going on this one here that looks like timber, a timber sign. There's been a lot of demonstrators and a lot of customers asking for paper pumpkin. Now, you will find on the internet and on YouTube, there is a lot of people that do beyond the box type things. Eventually, I'll get to be one of those people, but not right now, because at the moment, I'm just going to enjoy it. You Are an Inspiration. Now, my N there is a bit, how's your father? So I'm going to make the most of the fact that there's a spare. And I'm going to do it again. They are the juiciest blocks, the juiciest stamp pads ever, guys. All right. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday again. All right. I know this one's supposed to have something different on it, but that's okay because nobody said we had to be the same. It's going squelch, squelch, squelch. Happy birthday. Looking good. And put you back there. And I really liked that rope look that it had on the first one, and it's got it on this one as well, but I need to go sideways to do this straight. Does anyone else stamp like this? Yeah, they're so juicy. There's like so much ink in it. You could almost suck some of it off with a piece of paper towel and not feel bad about it, but I don't like doing that because I like to get my money's worth out of my ink. All right. But yeah, too much to shove down with a spoon. My spoon's got like a massive drop on it. So my shoving it around didn't work. You're an Inspiration. So yeah, so as I was saying, the paper craft part of the Stampin' Up is really, it's really quite comforting. Let's do this the way they say to do it. In that respect that yes, the paper craft part is important, but the paper crafting is a tool. It's a tool to bring people together, and in our case, to bring paper crafters together to create community, and community is where it comes from. You know, our CEO of Stampin' Up was talking, and she's such an inspirational lady, and she talked about shoes, like, and was talking about how we can pivot. We don't need to step into someone else's shoes. We just need to be ourselves. And it was a very nice way of putting it. But we all wear different shoes, and the same. I used to say we all wear different caps, but our ultimate goal together is to ensure that someone isn't left out. We don't want to tread the same path as someone else, and we want to gather our friends as we go. Okay, I'm going to put this one on first this time. Oh, okay, I see why they've done that. That's right. Put you there. They had dimensionals only on half of this, but because it lopped over this, but because I'm dimensionals under that, I'm going to put them all the way along here. Yeah, so we don't want to tread the same path as someone else. We don't want to step into someone else's shoes, like they're saying, you know, you've got big shoes to fill. But we want to tread our own path, and we want to create our own destiny. And I'm a firm believer in us meeting those people that we need to meet along this journey called life. And I'm just holding my tongue in the right spot. And in that journey called life, we do things that bring others together. And this happens to be my way of reaching out. I don't compare myself to other demonstrators. I do things differently, and some things I do the same. All right, but it's all about sharing and caring, and that's one thing that I really, and everyone was so genuinely happy to see us on stage. we're happy to see each other, and we're genuinely happy to be there. And I think that's what my team members found. Now, do we have, oh, it looks like we've done some extra stamping on here that I haven't done. Okay, there's more stamping on here, guys. So we need my very juicy leaves again, my reeds, and we're going to need the birds. All right. Juicy reeds are down here. Oh, let them dry because it's taken a bit to soak it in because it's super juicy. And the birdies. So there's 3 stamps on here which other people will use that I won't use. Dad, I won't use it. Tony will probably use it for his dad. Son, I don't have one. And thanks. If I was to make a card for someone that wanted a son, I could use it for that. So good value stamp set. And the only place you're going to get it is in this paper pumpkin. Just saying that. All right, now that I've finished being all sentimental. All right, let's put some birdies. Love a good seagull. Right. Okay, and this one needs some pebbles as well. So essentially I've done these as per the instructions. Wow, this is very generous. This one's got 5 pebbles on it. All right. Pebble. But you don't have to do it, but you don't have to follow the instructions. The choice is yours. And you will see over time, and Stampin' Up! Will even bring out some alternative projects as well. Okay, so 3 beautiful cards, matching envelopes. Love the envelopes. All right, 3 beautiful cards, 1, 2, and 3. This is the kit. It says April. You will receive it in April. You can sign up for this one from the 1st of April before the 10th. Okay, and you'll get this particular kit. Absolutely divine. All right, it's called Lakeside Retreat. Sounds very suave. Okay, it's one of the beautiful new items from Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin. I am so excited to have Paper Pumpkin coming to Australia. It's a subscription. You couldn't find your pebbles. Oh no, not your pebbles. Lost your pebbles. You can sign up for Paper Pumpkin with me from the 1st of April, no joke, and before the 10th, and you will get this beautiful kit in your mailbox, depending on how long the Australia Post takes to get to. Anywhere in Australia, you can sign up with me. I will pop a link below when it goes live, because we don't have that link at the moment. Don't know the actual cost of what it's going to be like, but I guess it'll be around a very similar price to what our kits are that have got the stamp set and the block and everything in them currently. You will receive a block with your first Paper Pumpkin kit that you get as part of a little welcome kit. You need to keep that block. Each time you receive a new Paper Pumpkin in the box, you will have a different stamp spot, so a different color ink, a different stamp set. So up $48. Thanks, Donna, for telling me. That includes your shipping. So $48 will be delivered to your door. You'll be able to make however many projects are in that particular box. This box has 9 different cards. If you want to zhoosh them up with some extra card stock, you could even make some more, depending on how you wanted to do it. But it's just something. They're nice and fun, very, very portable. You don't really need anything extra. Yeah, I had my scissors and I did have my bone folder, but I really didn't need them. But I will suggest that a chamois is a good idea. Baby wipes will do the same thing, but a chamois is a bit more environmentally friendly because you can just keep rinsing it out and washing it, and there's essentially no rubbish with it. Alrighty, it was good to catch up with you all today. It was nice to see you. Come back next week. Yes, there is stamping rewards that you can get with it. So that's another good thing. Yes, you will get Stampin' rewards. If you're a demonstrator, you do get your demonstrator discount on top of it. So it's a great idea to join as well. There's so many perks with Paper Pumpkin. But anyway, I digress. I will keep posting information about it because I am very excited about it. If you want to subscribe with me, you're most welcome. And yes, I look forward to showing you some more kits in the future. The other thing that I was going to say, check back next week and I will show you how we created Tony's swap for on stage as part of my Hooray It's Thursday series. Alrighty guys, it was great to see you all. Hope you all have a fabulous week. Bye.